Let him pass.
He come to move the webs in spider.
Hey.
Don't teach him must pass. Red flags we waving that. Just A17 not and then you check it for long.
Entertainment to the highest level. Kalisa massive. Yeah. We lit tonight.
My labor. Boom. We voting labor this year. There we go. Raise the red flags, there we go. There we go. See, alright. Boom. You see when Joachim coming down, make we let him pass. More beast fights that in his class. This year labor.
On the field. On the field. On the field. We getting ready to get lit. Yeah. We getting ready.
My labor. Boom. We voting labor this year. There we go. Raise the red flags, there we go. There we go. See, alright. Boom. You see when Joachim coming down, make we let him pass. More beast fights that in his class. This year Labour Party come to move the webs in spider. No clock. Don't teach him must pass. Red flags we wave that. Just A17 not and then you check it for long.
Prado is in the house. Prado is in the house. Stop the music, Omega. Prado is in the house. And you'll know for sure once Prado is around, things gonna be lit. Yeah, just relax, relax. We're taking it lit for the time being. Just relax. Prado. All right. Well, in the meantime, between time, Omega, I'm just pause for a cause. All right. We also want to thank the organizing committee of the Southeast Castries constituency for the Labour Party for organizing and choosing Cul-de-sac as one of the best venues to end this rally today. So, Southeast Castries Organizing Committee, big up yourself, all right? Yeah. So, as we getting ready, my people, the man has arrived and he'll be with us very shortly. He's on the playing field right now, in the venue Cul-de-sac right now. Let me tell you, my people, it's here. Awoosh! 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 Guy must go. Akloni Lota Ukasevi must go. So Guy must go. Yeah. Well, you can go ale too. DJ Omega entertain my people. You're not getting boring tonight, huh? You're not getting boring tonight. Prado is in the house.
Annually, this year for election, for Labour, I voting. I'm not voting for no Flabo. 5 years I suffering. I see Flabo joking. Money disappearing. They give you money just for out. I cannot take it, just vote them out. JP Prime Minister, put a Flabo.
Yeah, yeah, stop the music. Hello. Sometimes what we have people that just taking shirts and they just following the rally. But if you know you're voting for Flabo, for Labour, put up your hand. Put up your hand. All the Labour, put up your hand. Put up your hand, Labour. Put up your hand. Represent tonight. Represent Omega Entertainment people this year. Hey, we mad. Labour, we mad.
Annually. Mettez-yo
dehors. You voting? You can vote. If you can vote, put up your hand. 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 Put up joking.
Money disappearing. They give you money just them out.
Omega, stop the music. Stop it. They give you money just. They give you money just. They give you money still. They give you money still. They give you still money still. Entertain my people, Omega. We out tonight. We lit. New power. Yeah. Hey, and let me tell you, Prado coming for you, Oli. Prado breaking your waist tonight. You think you're lit?
For Labour, I voting. I'm not voting for no Flabo. 5 years I suffering. I see Flabo.
The money self is in the house. Mr. Henry Joachim. Big up yourself.
Prime Minister, put a Flabo flat down.
Flat at Flat at Where we putting Flabo? Omega, stop. Where we putting Flabo? Where we putting flat at Flat at Yeah. We lit tonight. Cul-de-sac massive. CDC massive.
There we go.
Badly. What the Badly crew? Hudson. Forestier. Tuapiton. Big up yourself. Southeast Castro.
This year Labour Party come to move the webs in spider. No clock. Don't teach them must pass. Red flags we waving that. Just 17 not and then you check it for long.
Ladies and lit. Yeah. We're not having no boring campaign this year. Yeah. We're having no boring campaign this year. Yeah. We're not having no boring campaign this year. I can tell you. Stop the music. I know for sure. Let me tell you something. I don't think you're like any of the UWP songs. I don't think you're like that. And we have a whole package for you with the Labour Party songs. So today and this year, we lit. Yeah. Omega, entertain my people.
Not and then you check if Mama Labour, boom, we vote in Labour this year. There we go. Raise the red flags, message. There we go. Hey, this is. There we go. See, alright. Wow. Boom. You see when Joachim coming down, make we let him pass. Mob is nice at in his class. This year Labour Party come to move the web says by that now clock. Both the chairman's pass. Red flags we waving that. Shots. Hey, 17 not and then you check if for long back. Bidip back. Bidip.
Denzel is in the house. Mama Labour! Monday, next week Monday, we out in full force. Yeah, we out in full force. Yeah. Hello. I realize some of y'all swing already, eh? Y'all come and meet the Labour Party. I know y'all very well. Big up yourself. Y'all know what's best for y'all. All right? And this year, we all out. Okay? We try and grab all 17. We trying our best to grab all 17. I can tell you, trust me. And we out for it. With your support coming out. Hello? Give me a minute, please, Omega. Let me tell you something, We can enjoy ourselves how we want here tonight. We can do whatever we want tonight. But once we don't come out on Monday to vote for this man, Mr. Joachim Henry, we cannot have a nice time like that again. Y'all know that for sure. And I know y'all will come out in large numbers and vote for the man himself, Mr. Joachim Henry. So for that, I want to respect all of y'all. Big up yourself. Thanks for coming to this venue. In case y'all don't know, y'all at Reynolds Park. And let me tell you, we have Tiki and the whole crew tonight. You know, Mama Labour. Where's Tiki? Come true. Yeah. Just come true. Big up yourself. All right. Hello. We ain't start yet, eh? We ain't start yet. Oh my gosh. The man himself has arrived. Hello. Please, let's take time. Let's take a minute to welcome our man himself, Mr. Joachim Henry. The man you has been waiting for. He's here right now. So, let me hear you say victory! Of course, yes, we're looking for Miss Mary Polius. If you're around. Hello, she's so young, she might be in the crowd there. Miss Mary Polius in the crowd there? I saw somebody splitting a while ago. I thought that was Mary Polius. Hey. Hello. Before we start off, let's welcome Tiki and the whole CDC crew. Y'all gonna be performing in a while, all right? But still, just pick up my people for me.
You can do all the CDC, sack boys, you can do the same way. Easy, bump it, dog line, caution. What we tell them? Boom, you see when Joachim.
No. Reserve. Let us reserve. No. Let us reserve. Hello. You're going to mash up this stage too early. Let's wait for last minute. All right? We still need the stage. Pick up my people. Just pick them up.
I mean, Labour people. Everything good tonight there? Let me hear you say, Tikwa. I mean.
Yeah. And of course, we're trying to protect the stage as much as possible, guys. Okay, so we're trying to stay away from the stage as much as possible. Okay? Well, in the meantime, between time, we have Miss Mary Polius is in the house to start off with.
Bonsoir, Mama Ileba. Bonsoir. Well, let me tell you, I am indeed heartened to see so many of you here. And I am especially pleased to see so many young people of voting age. That is what is important. We have young people here of voting age. Say, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Victory. Joachim. We're winning. Of course we are winning. We are winning. We are winning. But let me tell you something. We will not win by just making the appearance here tonight. We will win because we will go to the polling divisions. We will go and make sure that we exercise our franchise and that we put the Tikwa by Joachim Henry's name. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. But let me tell you, we are still observing the COVID protocol, so I'm asking you to social distance as much as you can and wear your mask, please. We do not want that on Monday you're not able to go and vote because you have COVID, right? So you are going to social distance as much as possible and that you are going to keep on your mask, okay? We are going to have a very short and tight program here tonight. You will hear from some key people of the Labour Party. You will hear what's in store for you as constituents of Southeast Castries. And we will have a good time and we will go home and we will prepare for next Monday when we will remove Guy Joseph on the backs of the constituents of Southeast Castries. Guy Joseph là pour 15 l'année. Guy Joseph là pour 15 l'année. Mais nous pas qu'à ouais ça Guy Joseph a fait un constituency. Mais Guy Joseph a ouais de quoi. Il pas qu'à ouais de nous en constituency. Mais nous savons il a ouais de quoi. Il est pour nous tirer Guy Joseph en les deux Jean Southeast Castries. Are you ready? Are you red and ready? Are you ready? And if you're ready, say yeah, yeah. Of course we are ready. We are ready to remove Guy Joseph and to put Joachim Henry to represent us, to give us quality representation and to ensure that the people of Southeast Castries, especially the young people, are attended to. So, we will start in just a moment. We're just asking people to the back of me to go on the other side. Do you think I can dictate where people stand? We would prefer if everybody would stand in one place. You know, we would prefer that. But you know, we would prefer that. You all comfortable?
Bonsoir Mama Ileba. Bonsoir Mama Souci. Bonsoir Mama Saint Lucie. People, we need to come out on the 26th of July and vote for the St. Lucia Labour Party. It doesn't matter where you're voting. Whether you vote in Castries Southeast, whether you vote in Grosile, whether you vote in Babono, we need to come out in large numbers and vote for the St. Lucia Labour Party. Now I am more concerned about Castries Southeast. 15 years of Guy Joseph is enough. Enough is enough. We people of Castries Southeast, especially the young ones, we are fed up. Guy needs to go. He has to go and he will go. I am so happy to see so many of you here tonight. Pas yo pe. Bon nous pas attaquer yo. Nous ka aller tout douce. Now you do hot say by that just for you. Shh. Go on. On the 26th of July, people, we coming out. May say I call in y'all. You see all of y'all here. I have all of y'all numbers. I call in y'all from 4 o'clock in the morning. I call in y'all. May say we need to put Joachim here. I believe Mr. Joachim Henry is a man of vision. He will take care of us in the constituency of Castries Southeast. There could be no other person, nobody like Joachim Henry. Messieurs, we need to come out. This election is serious. I have never seen an election so serious like this election. Yo ka ban nou parole. Yo ka di nou tout kate bagay. Me yo pa mem sav. I'm not gonna make it too long. Mary want to take the mic. She wanted to cough, so she'll give it to me. So I come and greet you all, my people. My people of Labour, I love you all so much. Don't let us down. Don't let Brother Joachim Henry down, my people. Time is no more. Don't wait for next week to make the decision. Make the decision now. We voting for who? Who we voting for? Ouch! Give me the siren. Okay.
We voting Labour this year. Here we go. Raise the red flags, here we go. Here we go. See, alright, qua, boom. You see when Joachim coming down, make we let him pass. Mob is price that in his class. This year Labour Party come to move the webs in spider, no clock. Both the Germans pass. Red flag, we waving that. Back.
Good evening once again. Good evening, everybody. We are going to start our program right now, and we will start with a word of prayer, and I have Miss Iglesia here to pray. So please stand with a little bit of reverence. The prayer is going to be short, so just keep the noise down and let us pray.
Let us pray. Eternal God, our Heavenly Father, tonight your children come here to say thanks for your goodness, your mercy, and your grace, for protecting us during the course of the day. We made the wrongs of this constituency. You protected us, dear Lord. There was no accident. Everything went well. Tonight, dear Lord, we assemble here to discuss and to make plans for ourselves and our children. Father, we cannot do it on our own, so we come and ask you to take control. Father, enough is enough, and we need your guidance. We need your care. This coming election, we put it into your hands. You are going to do what you see is best. It is not our will, but thy will be done. Take control of your children, dear Lord, and when time shall be no more, grant us all a place in your kingdom, I pray. In Jesus' name, amen.
Okay, we're moving straight into the national anthem, so stand at attention, and the national anthem will be played. Thank you. And the program begins. We have our very first speaker, and our very first speaker is the daughter of Joachim Henry. And it is a pleasure to have her, Jeremy Henry. When you have such young people coming on a platform to speak, you know this is a young woman of courage. So I want you to give her a round of applause and let us welcome on stage Jeremy Henry.
Mama il est bas. Et sous pas ouais. En rouge. Bon Philippe Cole. Bon fait Lili, bon fait l'eau, nous pas qu'à s'y porter flambeau. Bon fait Lili, bon fait l'eau, nous pas monter au.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for having me here tonight. As it was said, my name is Jeremy Henry, daughter of your SLP candidate for Castries Southeast, Joachim Henry. This evening, it gives me great pleasure to stand on behalf of a man who will stand up for his family no matter the cost. To speak on behalf of a man who will speak up for others. To add my voice in support of a man who will raise his voice in defense of the weak and less fortunate. This man is no other than Joachim Henry, my father. And I know if my brother, Josie, were with us today, he would stand behind my father too, but I will speak for him and represent my sister who cannot be here herself because she is preparing for CSEC exam, and my mom is with her as well. If you have ever had a conversation with my father, I am sure he has told you a story or two. You see, my father is a man who loves to share stories, especially to illustrate a point. At the end of every day, when he comes home, he usually has a story to share with us. Some time ago, he told us he witnessed a mongoose come out of the bushes and snatch a baby chick from its mother. Instinctively, the mother hen began to chase the mongoose to save her baby chick. Just then, a car came by and knocked the mother hen down. He told us it broke his heart to witness that. I will give you now a second to compose yourself because I know you can identify with that mother hen. And I know you understand that is what good parents do. They come to the rescue of their children even at the cost of their own lives or livelihood. My father told us this story, and it immediately reminded me of him. With all what has been said about my father during this political season, he has not come out to defend himself because he does not believe he always has to tell his side of the story. He says, time will tell it for him. Exase a papa. My father is a man who will stand up to anyone for the rights of his children, and not only his children, the less fortunate who does not have a voice. He is a loving and kind father who loves his children unconditionally. He has always said publicly and in our presence that he has the best children ever. One of the many things he has told us is that we must not fight at school. We must report any issues to our teachers, and if we do not get satisfaction, he will represent us, but we must not fight at school. And my siblings and I knew we could rely on Daddy to stand up and speak for us, to defend us, but he was also fair. If we were wrong, he told us so and made us apologize. Exase o papa. My father is a man of a tender heart who always wants his children around him. He has told us even when we get married, he wants us to continue to live with him, with our spouses and children. I cannot promise that, but his dream for his retirement is to pick up his grandchildren from school and to cook for them and take them to play football, whether boy or girl. He is a man who gets involved in our lives. I remember as a child, I could not understand fractions. no matter how well my teachers taught it. My father bought grapefruits and cut them into so many pieces to patiently teach me fractions. My sister had a problem understanding density in social studies. He pushed the living room rug aside and spread 2 packets of red beans on the floor to teach her the concept. And the worst of them all, my brother could not understand a concept in physics called buoyancy. Oh my goodness. My father spent days building a boat with dust all over the house just to teach Josie, my brother, the concept. Exa papa. My father is also a kind and generous man. He goes out of his way for the well-being of others, especially the vulnerable and less fortunate. And that is another thing he taught us too. I remember clearly as a child, my father would wake up early mornings to cook, and sometimes he would pack our lunch bags for school. My dad will also pack an extra bowl of food or extra snacks for our classmates. He made sure we had extra pencils and pens to share. This was his way of teaching us to be kind and generous and to look out for those in need. You see, my father's caring nature and generosity is not restricted to family. He looks out for others as well, but I am not allowed to share many of these examples because he is also a man who believes that what the right hand does, the left hand must not know about it. Sometimes in our presence, people would come up to him to say, "Thanks for doing a property valuation free of charge or for helping them with a need." And I have caught him doing sweet eye for the people as if to say, don't say it. Everything he does comes straight from his heart. It takes a kind man to recognize that investing in people, especially the youth, is important. For him, it is an investment in the future, and he is a man who is concerned about leaving a healthy St. Lucia for his grandchildren to enjoy, one that is better than the one he found. Exa se papa. Lastly, my father is very humble. He is a very humble man who had a very humble beginning. He knows what is to go without. He knows what it is to work hard for what he owns. He was not born with a silver spoon in his mouth. He remembers where he came from, and he can relate to those who have nothing or very little. He believes in raising the standards of people and giving them the opportunities to develop themselves, especially through education. He is not a man who will take advantage of others, especially the weaker ones. Instead, he believes in empowering people, uniting families, and supporting the youth in pursuit of their dreams, just like he has encouraged his children to dream, pursue these dreams, and become the best versions of themselves. Ek sa se a papa. My father believes in empowering people to the extent he believes in a government in service, not a government in power. He believes the citizens are the custodians of power. He will put you first. He will make sure you get the first bite from the pie that is already yours, not the foreigners. What our nation needs now, more than ever, are leaders who can help unite the citizens, not divide them. Leaders who enhance healing and offer compassion. Leaders who will not turn a blind eye or a deaf ear to the needs of all the people. My father is a man who believes that UWP supporters, SLP supporters, blue or green party supporters are St. Lucians alike, and he embraces everyone. And for the times we live in now, if we want to help change the conversations in our nation and change the narrative in politics, I confidently submit to you that my father is one of the men to lead that charge. And so Castries Southeast, when God blesses you, he expects you to bless others. Therefore, tonight I say to you, I feel blessed to call this loving, kind, generous, and humble man my daddy, Papa Mwe. And it gives me great pleasure to share this blessing with you as your next parliamentary representative. It is up to you now to claim this blessing on the 26th of July. Vote for a change, Castries Southeast. Thank you.
My first vote was a
Messieurs,
My first vote was a
my
first vote was a If you feel like I vote in Flabo, now vote Labour. Now make it come by Philip, now vote Labour. Anything I vote by Sam, now vote Labour. C'est si by ça la quoi yo mauvais, now vote Labour.
cause ça qui n'y gagne toujours né. Malé oui by Jimeni, c'est un bouc blanc ex yon coulis, c'est yo qui carry cette lycée. Mais chouva la capoui, l'hôpital qu'on fini. Dis-moi qui ça
Thank you, Jeremy. Well, let me tell you, I want a round of applause for Jeremy. I want a rousing round of applause for Jeremy. Well, Jeremy has just told you who her father is. She is the best person to know her father, and she's presenting her father to you. Now, let me tell you something. When a man is a good father, he can be a good representative as well, because he knows what it is to care. And Joachim Henry, our representative in waiting, is a man who cares. So give me a round of applause once again for Jeremy.
Well, yet, you don't know, say.
My first vote was a My first vote was a
Our second speaker is a young man from the Bexon area, Ambrose Adolf. Could you come to the podium, please?
No operation back love. No have I was sapat.
Young boss.
No ka vote. Shon again. Shon back up with his back seat. Shon ka buy your hat trick. Shon back up with his back seat. Shon ka buy flabo hat trick.
Good night, good evening. Mamaile ba bonsoir. Ah boy, I am excited tonight. You see, I've lost my voice a little. It's been a busy week. Miss Mary Polius, thank you for the introduction. Thank you. Now you see, tonight I've lost my voice a little, so you must listen to what it is that I want to say to you. I can't scream loud. I can't shout too much. Things has been heating up all week long. I have been speaking about things that people need to hear. Today we had a great motorcade. Yes, we did. And you know, what's his name? Devonte, he said, "C'est flabo ra ra." The ra ra ra. Let me tell you, do not be afraid. I have heard people say things about the opponent. He's confident, man. He's so confident. He feels he will wipe out our candidate. But I want you to know that the man whom the Labour Party has chosen to represent us here in Castries Southeast is a man who cares. Now, some people might say, and I'm not just saying this for the Labour people here, I know there must be some flabos listening. Castries Southeast needs a better representative. Are you hearing me?
Now, I could excuse Guy Joseph if he had just been in power for the last 5 years. I can almost make an excuse for him. But Guy Joseph has been in power for the last 15 years. Let us not forget this. Castries Southeast does not belong to Guy Joseph. Remember that. So what we have to do is we need to send him a message. Now, many people took part in the motorcade today. A lot of you had a lot of fun. We had a little banter with the flambeaus on the street. But I want to remind you of the most important part of this thing that we're here gathered from today. It is important that you remember after the motorcade comes election day. People, you must not forget that. After the motorcade is election day. Now, some of you might have seen so many people out there today. You may decide, I will stay home. No, you cannot stay home because this is a very important election. And I will tell you why it is an important election. It's important not just because Guy Joseph has been in representing this constituency for 15 years. It is important because the future of our children depends upon it. Now, Miss Police referred to me as a young man, but I am not a young man. I am an older man who is thinking about the future, not for myself, but for the young people that's coming up. Young people, those of you who are 18 and you are able to vote on the 26th, do not forget your future is riding on this election. Your future is riding on this election because it is not about just having parties. When a government says that they are representing a country, in truth, they are made the guardians of the young. They have to make decisions that will profit young people in the future. Now, some of you might be 18, 19, 21, up to 20, whatever. Yes. And you might be thinking, well, what does that have to do with me? But remember, if the government is wrecking the economy, it is you who will become responsible for the great debt that the IMF and all those lending institutions are going to demand of St. Lucia. You cannot get away from the debt. Remember what I'm saying to you. And it is you who have the greatest responsibility. But I'm not living at the older folks also. The older folks, you have a responsibility for the young people. Do not just view them as troublemakers, but you have to view them as people that you have to do the right decision for them to take care of their future. We are in a country where a government, and I have said this a few places, and some people do not understand. I don't want to get too political with you, but I want to point you to something. In 36 years, listen to this. In 36 years, starting with our first Prime Minister, John Compton, up to our last Prime Minister in 2016, yes, who was, I will tell you, Kenny Anthony. The whole of these 36 years, the only money that was borrowed by all these governments is about $2.39 billion. Listen to this. In 5 years, with Alan Chastney as Prime Minister, he has loaned over $1 billion. Now, when these guys are loaning that kind of money, Do you think they're learning it to do great things for the country? I can tell you they are not. Because if they were, we would be seeing modern concrete roads after 5 years and over $1 billion. We would see places where we as St. Lucians can go to help our development. We wouldn't have situations when you go to institutions like the SSDF and places in government where you go to seek help, they basically have to direct you to the constituency office of the representative. You cannot have a situation where government is abusing the finances of this country and all you're seeing is a lot of ministers getting wealthier and wealthier. How can a man who earns about $14,000 a month become a millionaire after 5 years? Tell me, how is that possible? I mean, I am no great mathematician, but I can tell you that's not possible. That's not possible. Because if that man was earning $20,000 a month, in a year, he's only earning $240,000. Now, if you do your maths very well, 240,000 by 5 is just a little over $1 million. But he would only be a millionaire if he didn't spend 1 penny from his salary. Now, but think about it. There are people in this constituency who are actually living good lives. Good lives of the money that is being loaned on your behalf. You cannot have this continue in St. Lucia. That cannot continue. We need to preserve a future for our children. You understand? And that is why it is important that come the 26th of July, that you go out there and vote for Joachim Henry. Now, let me tell you why I have so much confidence in Joachim Henry. I want to tell you why I have so much confidence in Joachim Henry. I believe in my little experience with Joachim Henry, I have seen a man who has principle. I'm not saying he's perfect. And I'm being honest with you. I'm not saying he's perfect. But I can tell you that he's a principled man and he believes in people in general. That is why his phrase says, Joachim cares. Joachim cares. He cares for the future of Castries Southeast. He cares for the development of people in Castries Southeast. You telling me after 15 years of Guy Joseph, nobody who is in the UWP in Castries Southeast, I have been asking that question everywhere that I have spoken. Can you name me one thing in Castries Southeast, one thing that Guy Joseph has done that would go down in history and say he did a great thing for the constituency? Can you think of one thing? Because I cannot think of one thing. And you cannot tell me after 15 years in office, a man has not learned how to develop the people of the constituency. You understand? It's not about having a nice car. It's about children having an opportunity to live their lives without having to be abused for it. It's about young people wanting to educate themselves and they know they have places that they can go to look for that education. Name me. Are there free classes anywhere in Castries Southeast for young people? Are there free classes? There are no free classes. You cannot get maths classes, English classes, or any kind of classes in Castries Southeast for young people. So here's the question. Do you believe that the Labour Party can do better? Do you believe the Labour Party can do better? Well, if you believe it, I want to confirm it. Our leader, Philippe J. Pierre, has made a promise. Listen to the promise because it affects all the children that will be sitting CXC come the next CXC. Philippe J. Pierre has promised that no child in St. Lucia who is sitting maths and English for CXC will ever have to have a fee paid again. Parents, that's for you. That is a good reason why you must vote. You must vote for the Labour Party. You must vote for Joachim Henry because he is, and I'm telling you, the right choice. I have to wrap up here. I want to say thank you. And remember, July 26th, Joachim Henry, vote.
Get ready to pan them. Are you ready to pan them? We going to pan them.
Hold on.
Let me just thank Ambrose for his delivery. Ambrose gave you some really good points. I just want to add to some of the things he said, that come the 27th of July, when the St. Lucia Labour Party wins, parents will not have to pay for maths and English CXC fees. Also, parents will not have to pay facilities fees. And that is a great help to parents. So give the Labour Party a round of applause, because this is helping parents to ensure that children can go to school without the burden of facilities fees and paying CXC fees for maths and English. There is something else that the Labour Party has offered, and that is the youth economy. I see so many young people here tonight that I need to mention the youth economy. And I am sure you have heard from the Labour Party that the Labour Party will introduce the youth economy. What is the youth economy? The youth economy will assist young people with skills, with talent, with passion, whatever that is. The Prime Minister in waiting has said that he will make provisions to ensure that these people get training, they get financial support, and even help them in sourcing markets for their skills, for their talents, or their products or services, whatever it is. So young people, all those young people that we keep complaining about them, that they this, that, and the other, we know that the young people have a lot of skills. Your skills will be harnessed, and you will be given an opportunity to monetize your skills. So give the Labour Party a round of applause. We are ready, and come the 27th of July, we will ensure that the young people have an opportunity to earn income from their skills, from their talent, or from their passion. We will take a short break. I invite on stage Freezy or Frenzy. Freezy, we'll have a short break, and then we will continue thereafter. Thank you.
Yeah. So hold on. Hold on there. But my labor is super way. What labor say? Yo. Labor don't want no flat bam bam. Hold on there. You send it already? All right.
Yo.
Put something in the air for Joachim right now there. Put something in the air for Joachim right now there.
Labor.
Who we voting?
Joachim.
Who we voting?
Joachim.
Hold on. Labor don't want no. Labor don't want no flat bam bam. Don't come here with your flat bamba.
We don't want that.
Hey, Labour don't want no flat bamba.
We don't want
Hold
that.
on there. Put your hands in there for me one time. Put your hands in there for me now. Show me your voting finger. Show me your voting finger. Show me your voting finger. Show. You ready for the 26? You ready for the 26?
What we tell them?
You ready for the 26?
Put
All
up
right
your
now.
voting finger.
Where your ID card? Where your ID card? Where your ID card? Where your ID card? Hey, where your ID card? Where your ID card? Where you put in the tikwa? Where you put in the tikwa? Let we go, let we go. Tikwa.
Achu.
Tikwa.
Achu.
Tikwa. Tikwa. Hold on, pull up. Hold on. Hold on.
That's simple. What we tell them? Mama Labour, jump away.
Ready now.
I see you. Let we go. Let we go. Tikwa. 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 Tikwa.
Ready again. Show me. Show me your voting finger. Show me your voting finger. Show me your voting finger. Show me your. I tell you, on the 26th, we giving them. On the 26th, we giving them licks. On the 26th, we giving them licks. Put the flags up, put the flags up, put the flags up, put the flags up. Show me your voting finger, show me your voting finger. Hold on there.
Hold on. You see for election. Hey, what we give it flabo. Listen now. Mauvais time is bad weather. When you have for hand later.
Well, there is this guy.
That's simple. That's
Politics as business.
Hold on there.
But only his family getting rich.
yeah.
Brother, level. Hold on. Hold on there. Big up Joachim. I did a song for him and I'm gonna sing it. I can sing it for y'all tonight there. Alright, let me give you all a little style. You ready? DJ, you ready?
Yo.
Turn it up, doggy.
Big up Charlie Boy on the scene.
Ready now.
Using politics as business.
Ready now.
Hey.
You ready?
Hey.
What we tell them? Hey, Kai Bakafe, yeah, we put in Joachim there. 15 years he there, I tell him.
Joachim there.
What we say? Kai Bakafe, yeah, we put in
Joachim.
Run it again. Put up the flags in the sky there for Joachim.
Red flag.
Put it up.
Red flag.
Let me go to red flag. Red flag. What we tell them? Hey, Kai Bakafe, yeah, we put in Joachim there. 15 years he there, nothing. Joachim there. What? Kai Bakafe, yeah, we put in
Joachim there.
15 years he there.
Joachim.
Pull up. Hold on there. Run Prado song there for me now there.
Yo. Mama Labour.
Hold on there.
Mama Labour.
Brother, you ready?
Jump away.
Hold on. Pull up. Hold on there. You ready for Prado song? You ready for Prado song?
You ready?
You ready for Prado song?
You ready?
Say Joachim. Joachim. Ready now. Ready now. Put the flag them up. 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 Let go.
This year for election. For Labour. That's simple.
Put the flag them up. Ready now.
What we tell them?
Ready now.
Jump away.
Put the flag them up.
Annually.
Put the flag them up.
Flabo there.
Let we go.
This year for election, for Labour, I voted. I'm not voting for no Flabo. 5 years I suffering. I see Flabo joking. Money disappearing. They give you money.
Where you going there?
I cannot take it just voting.
Let me go,
for Prime Minister. Put them Flabo.
Run it again.
One more time again.
Let we go.
Annually. Mettez there. Listen. This year for election, for Labour, I voted. I'm not voting for no Flabo. 5 years I suffering. I see Flabo joking. Money disappearing. They give you money, just vote them out. I cannot take it just.
We put in them.
From my minister, put them Flabo.
Flat down.
Patate.
Flat down.
Patate.
Flat down.
Patate.
Flat down. Flat down.
Patate.
Flat down.
Patate.
Flat down.
Patate.
Flat down.
Ok, toutes les chasses qui ont pété. Bouteille qui a pété, cocoleur pas mêlé.
Let me go.
Quelqu'un choc zodi, tout ça yo pour se chime. Allez ouais yo ka prime. Guanyo Kasime, flat down, flatate, flat down, flatate, flat down,
Flatate,
flat down,
flatate,
flat down,
flatate,
flat down,
flatate.
flat down. Mettez yo dehors.
Flabo hooking the munga super coin, super coin, super coin. Flabo hooking the munga super coin.
Flabo hooking moun ka souffre ko hein. On peut compter par là.
Good day.
Big up the sack boys.
Joachim, you play. Joachim, you play.
Hold on there, pull up.
Yo, half away.
Pull up, hold on.
Big up this one, big up this one.
One more, we go, one more.
Potato.
Hold on there.
Big up Janelle, Cindy, your lads. Yeah. Joachim, you play. Yeah. Big up Bruno.
Hold on there, Mighty. Hold on.
Naomi.
Hold on.
Hena. Monsieur. On peut compter par là.
All right then. What's the vibe there? You see when Labour win Carnival one time. DJ, ready? Ready, DJ?
Carnival one time.
Ready, DJ?
Carnival one time.
Put your hands on your knees.
Carnival one time.
When you see Joachim win, Southeast girls, what we tell them? Southeast girls, who not ready now? Who not ready now? What we tell the Labour to do? Ready? Ready? Tell the Labour them. Back it up now. 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 Back it up, Labour. Back it up now. Back it up now. Take it on. Take it on. Take it on. Take it on. Crack Benon. Crack Benon. Ready now. Let we go. Let we go. Hey. Split up on what? Split up on what? Split up on what? Split up on what? Hold on. Hold on, before I go. Everybody pick up yourself. You don't know how the thing go. My name is Freezy. I get Prado in the building.
Red flag.
Make sure on the 26th your ID ready. And you'll know what you'll do. What we tell them? What we tell them? What we tell them before I go? What we tell them before I go?
Aus. We ready and ready. Tomorrow's can join.
One more time before I go. We moving guys there completely. Where we get now? Back it up, girl. Back it up, girl. Back it up, girl. Big up yourself, Freezy. I can Madras.
Back it up now.
Big up yourself.
Hold on. Low me. Acapella. Hold on. Listen. Les ou descend platate, ça ka lever la pousse ou pas mal fêté, mais ou aime faire donne c'est fait c'est ça les moins et puis croiser ko alam le metti femme ou joko fait et tout pas mêlé et puis rien the way you take it and take it baby I like it you bend down I tap it baby you have it you come down you shake it you go down you baby you can work it and you can control descend platate, ça ka lever la pousse ou pas mal fêté. Remember to take the money and vote them out. That's simple.
And I can tell that you thoroughly enjoyed Freezy and Prado. So I want to say a big thank you to Freezy and Prado. And both of them left good instructions for you. You will take the money because the money does not belong to them. This is our country's money. So take the money and vote them out. And also, Freezy advised you that you must have your ID card ready so that you can go out and vote on the 26th of July and remove the Flabo, the United Workers' Party, and especially Guy Joseph from the backs of the people of Southeast Castries. We call to the podium now a young lady, and she is Serena Yard. So Serena, find your way to the podium. Serena, find your way to the podium.
Boom, we vote in Labour this year. There we go. Raise the red flags, there we go. There we go. See, alright, boom. You see when Joachim coming down, make we let him pass. More beast fights that in his class. This year Labour Party come to move the webs in spider, no clock. Both the Germans pass. Red flags we waving that. Shots, A17 not and then you check if for lumber.
Good evening to all those of you who are gathered here tonight. My name is Serena Yard. of Bexar, and also I'm a first-time voter. How does it feel to know that you support a government which does not have our best interest at heart? My fellow young people, let us not be fooled by all the fantasy fetes, shows, and the few dollars the United Workers' Party are giving these last few days before elections. Do the United Workers' Party actually care about the youth of our country? Does Guy Joseph really care about the young people of Castries Southeast? Majority of our communities lack the proper sporting facilities after 15 years of representation, and the little that we have are not being maintained. I will give some examples of just a few programs that the United Workers' Party have stopped, which are the laptop programs, 500 assistants, the program Youth on Forms, free transportation for secondary school students. An SLP government will ensure that we the youth get a seat at the head table. My people, we have a few, for example, some of our candidates. Our next parliamentary representative, Mr. Joachim Henry, will ensure that he revives and supports youth and sports clubs, implements an agricultural land use program for our youth who are interested in agriculture. Mr. Joachim Henry will support and finance micro businesses and will invest in youth entrepreneurs, just to name a few. My people, corruption has plagued our communities and our country. Please, let us save our sweet St. Lucia. On the 26th of July, take your family, take your crew, take your charge, and go out to vote. Vote for Joachim Henry and the St. Lucia Labour Party. Parliamentary representative for Castries Southeast, Mr. Joachim Henry, is putting you first, and we deserve better. Thank you.
Hello? Okay. Well, let me just add to what Serena said. We have a representative that every scandal that comes up in the UWP, he's a part of it. Every scandal. Tout eska dal ki vini a parti flamboa, Guy Joseph Adam, yon manye ebe a lot. Ki kalte représentative sa? Ki kalte représentative nou di tout bagay ki pa bon, yon di dan. Tout bagay ki pa dwet, yon di dan. So, di wanta nou ka espere Guy Joseph represente nou, Guy Joseph is busy doing other things, and that is why he has neglected the constituency of Southeast Castries to that degree. We cannot continue to have a representative who only cares about himself, his family, and the foreigners that he was introduced to by his prime minister. I know he probably didn't know those foreigners himself, but he has been introduced to those foreigners by his prime minister, and he has more interest in those people than he has in the constituents of Southeast Castries. It is time that we move on. We cannot work against ourselves. We cannot continue to vote for Guy Joseph, and on the eve of elections, he comes to the constituency and does work. Think about it, people. There are 60 months in 5 years. 60 months. 12 months every year, so there are 60 months in 5 years. Your rep disappears for the entire 60 months. And in the 61st month, he appears and he gives you a job where you earn $5,000. Think about it. Divide $5,000 by 5 years. That means you have $1,000 a year. Divide that by another 12, you will realize 12 into 1,000, you get about how much? Maybe 80 something, $90 for a month. Every month you get a bill from Wasco as well as Lucilec. Wasco and Lucilec, they do not wait for the eve of elections to send you bills. You have bills every month. If you have children, those children eat every day. So why do we have to wait for a rep who will come on the eve of elections and try to fool people and pull wool over their eyes and pretend that he has been a good representative? D'autres semaines qui passent, moi te écouté Guy Joseph parler. Et puis Guy Joseph a dit, oh, les gens constituency ni letterman, il ka bayo transport. Now let me tell you something. Everybody loves their independence. And we would prefer that we work, and if you have a death in your family, that you can push your hand in your pocket and you can go and pay a bus instead of somebody puba ou la chawite. This is not what we want for the people of Southeast Castries. And Guy Joseph must pay a say, it is time that we turn our backs on Guy Joseph and vote for a representative who cares, vote for a representative who will turn around the fortunes in the constituency of Southeast Castries. Okay? Ma suppose ka parler autant parce que moi c'est just MCA. At this point, I would like to bring on a young lady from Badni. Ici porte flambeau toute la vie, peut-être même comme moi. Hein? Crescentia. So now invite Crescentia. Crescentia, make your way here, please. Be short. Just about 5 to 7 minutes. A round of applause. A round of applause. And you know why? You see people like her. You see people like her? People like her, you can call her a very courageous woman. Because you know the days when we say, well, Papa, I take a vote by floor, Mama, I say same way. Let me tell you something. This is 2021. And we have to listen to the issues. We have to look around us at what is happening. Instead of saying, oh, my mother was flabo, my mother was flabo, my father was flabo. But let me tell you something. I've even contested an election on the UWP ticket. And I'm sure some of you here will remember that. And let me tell you, I was one of those who supported Alan Shastey when he came in. But after staying around this man for about a year, I realized he didn't have the capacity to be a prime minister. I recognize that he is somebody who's all about himself. Because no matter what idea you came up with, this man would always tell you, I beg to differ. Il passa jamais d'accord avec personne, a comme si dit c'est lui toujours plus bright. Toute idea c'est lui qui toute suggestion c'est lui qui. So let me tell you something. I applaud Crescentia. We call her Dosha. Her entire family supported UWP. But let me tell you, she's an intelligent woman. She knows what is going on in the country. So I want to welcome Dosha to the mic just for a few minutes.
Mama Ileba, bonsoir. Mama Ileba, bonsoir. Yo di ça c'est un 12-man motorcade. Yo di yo pas jamais ouais yo nom ni tellement moun ka supporter. And I want to applaud every one of you tonight for being here to support Joachim, which is standing on our side. Because c'est un homme qui voulait supporter Youfla, il voulait supporter tout le monde, il voulait moun, même s'il pas travail, qu'il fouille les meilleurs poches li, elle mettait l'argent d'or pour supporter just cette ici. Il parle about labor, il parle about UWP, il about cette ici. So I want everybody to applaud him tonight. By Joachim le messa. Moi te supporter Flabo, moi jeune, mais moi supporter Flabo as a young mama moi. But I do not support what is corruption. I do not support nothing against my land. I stand against it in the mighty name of Jesus. Maka supporte sakipabo. Famille moi tourne against moi. Mais moi hen plié de yo qui tourne pour nous as suicide labor because we don't support corruption. So I love to see a lot of youth that is turning out tonight. Joachim is going to support y'all. Just give him what y'all need. Tell him what y'all want and he's going to be there. People ask me, is that a 12-man motorcade? I have 20 people who've asked me, How many men that is there? How many ministers? I say it's only Joachim, and I am so thankful and I'm grateful. So many of you. Ma jeme where yo nom ni telma moon ki ka level me. Well, all what we want is that you have your ID card intact, have everything intact, and let's vote guy out because he's corrupting our youth. He don't want to see convict. He don't want to listen to us. We cannot come to his office. He calls us mendicants as his prime minister. Shasta calls us mendicants. Lupa mendicants. We are the ones who are going to raise our nations. I don't have much to say, but I'm going to say I love you. Joachim's going to look out for us, and we're going to stand on behalf of the truth. Labour people, thank you.
My first vote was a Messier. My first vote was a My first vote was a If you feel like
We're moving right along. We're moving right along. I just want to say good night to the people watching us. We're streaming live on Facebook and on Instagram. So I want to thank them for paying attention to us, for supporting us. And I want to thank you for being here also. The program continues. With no further ado, I'm going to introduce somebody who's not a stranger to this constituency. She represented this constituency for 2 terms. And I am sure, if not everybody here, most people here would know her. I'm inviting to the podium Miss Menisa Rambali.
Well, you don't know, say. My first vote was a My first vote was a Messier. My first vote was a My first vote was a If you feel like I voted for
Hello! Hello, Castries Southeast, hello! That's the man for the job, hello, Castries Southeast! This is the man for the job! Joachim! 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 Come, Mary, come, Mary!
My first vote was a
This is Mary, this is Joachim, this is Menisa. All of us are here with you and for you. Castries Southeast, are you ready? Castries Southeast, Joachim is ready for you. Castries Southeast, we love you. I miss you. I miss you. Hey, Joachim. 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 My friend, you have my support, and the people of Castries Southeast are ready for you. We're ready for you. We are ready for you. Are you ready for us? You ready for us?
Yeah!
Great. My brothers and sisters of Castries Southeast, we have a job to do, and there are 8 days left to do this job. You know me, and I know you. I love you, and I know you love me too. I am here tonight to tell you that our country is in trouble. Moi ici à souhait pour dire pays cette ici à toi ka. Moi désolé parce que pays ça à toi ka. Nous n'y poutier gouvernement ça là à sous dos cette ici. And it must start in Castries Southeast. Semaine passée, moi en personne avec moi demandé à moun, dis-moi qui ça qui a fait ici en Castries Southeast. Moun la dit moi, Menisa ou ka ici puis jour 26 moi ça là ou ka ici puis. I ask, why do you think I will be surprised? They said to me, take a drive. Take a drive, Menisa, in Castries Southeast. You know Castries Southeast. Take a drive. And so I took a drive. And I went to Mark. And I saw some Baba Green going down in Mark in the last 2 weeks. And I said, a representative for 15 years, and now he put in Baba Green for you? So when they told me I am going to be surprised on the 26th of July, I began to understand what they were talking about. But then this morning, somebody told me, Menissa, you will be surprised on the 26th of July. Menissa, you will be surprised on the 26th of July because Guy Joseph forgets that the power is yours and not his. The power is yours and not his. The power is yours. It's yours. And you must take the power and make the power work on July 26th. Are you ready, Castries Southeast? On July 26th, me and my family, we voting for Labour. On July 26th, me and my family, we voting for change. On July 26th, me and my family, we voting for a better St. Lucia. On July 26th, me and my family, we voting for Philip J. Pierre as the next Prime Minister of this country. It is time to take the power back and make sure that you understand that you have the power, not Guy Joseph. So I want you from tonight to stop telling me, oh, Menissa, mwen kay vote, men ma vle yo we, mwen ma asiwe ki sa Guy sa fe. Guy Joseph cannot do you anything. You have the power. You put Guy Joseph in office, and you must remind him that you are his boss. He is not your boss. Guy Joseph, your time is up. Guy Joseph, your time is up. Alan Chasney and the UWP, we have tried you and it has not worked for us. Where were you during COVID? Today you could find money to try to take the minibus drivers away from us. Where was that money during COVID when you had to pay your light bill, your water bill? Where was that money? But today, you prance around and you try to take the minibus drivers away from us. And then I sat in amazement because I knew you did that. And then we still had a better motorcade than you. Guy Joseph, your time is up. The people of Castries Southeast are the power. You are not the power. Where were you when the farmers have been standing online waiting for assistance? Oswea mwen sa pale whole swear. Ou sa mwen me pale. Me makay pale to long oswea. Paske nou ni a travay pou fe. Tonight I walked around and I saw people that I knew. And I am so happy to see you. My darling, I miss you and I love you. I see you, I know your mom, I know your grandmother, and tonight you are here. And there are so many of you, generations of people who are here to say, Guy Joseph, no more. You see, it is the type of representation that he has provided that we have a problem with. And so when I saw the Baba Green going on the road in Mark, I said, don't tell me that's the Guy Joseph that feels so powerful. Yo di mwen yi se minister tout zafè. Me yi pa minister Castries Southeast. So you mean to tell me, ou se minister tout zafè, ou an zafè tout moun, ou an ministry tout moun, me zafè moun a Castries Southeast, sa ki vive zafè yo. What has happened to the business of the people of Castries Southeast? You see, my message tonight to you is simple. We are in trouble in St. Lucia. We are in trouble in St. Lucia. And we need to be rescued. And the only rescue boat is our boat. That's the rescue boat.
And the people who can save this country is we ourselves. We are the ones who have to save our country. This country is moving in the wrong direction. Is it working for you? Is it working for you? I sat back and I wondered, after 15 years of representation of Castries Southeast, you voted for him in 2006. You voted for him again in 2011. You voted for him in 2016. And the biggest beneficiary of that vote has been Guy Joseph. Guy Joseph, you must answer to the people of Castries Southeast. How is it you took yourself further along, but you didn't take the people with you? Your job was to take them along with you. But today, you have your face all over vehicles. I wonder if Guy Joseph forget what his job is. Because his job is not to be a superstar. He must make you superstars. Not he to be the superstar. Not him to be the superstar. Have you taken the people of Castries Southeast along with you? 15 years they have been loyal to you. 15 years. It's time for the people of Castries Southeast to look after themselves. It's time for you to look after yourselves, the farmers. It's time for you to look after yourself, the women of this constituency and the children of this constituency. I want you to know, those of you who are voting for the first time, ask questions, because this vote is a very important vote. You see, the type of future we have is going to be determined on July 26th. You ready? Are you ready? On July 26th, we must rescue our country. And on July 26th, we go in Joachim all the way, Philip JP all the way, and we changing things for the better. Castries Southeast, 8 days to victory. Let's work hard. Each of us, let's make a difference. And this week is going to be a deciding week. Monday 26th, there's going to be a surprise in Castries Southeast. I love you. Good night and thank you. Joachim! Joachim! Joachim!
Hello. Let me introduce him. Well, the man of the hour is here. Our next Prime Minister, come July 27th. Honorable Philip J. Pierre.
I'm not voting for no flubbo. 5 years I suffering. I see flubbo joking. Money disappearing. They give you money, just vote them out. I cannot take it, just vote them out. JP Prime Minister, foute flubbo, flat down. Tatate, flat down. Tatate, flat down. Tatate, foute flubbo, flat down. Tatate, flat down.
Okay, let me do a proper introduction, because Mr. Pierre is our next speaker. I am sure by now everybody knows the Honorable Philip J. Pierre. Everybody knows him. We know what have been said about him, but what remains unsaid is that this man has been in politics for almost 3 decades. This man has represented Marsha for 25 years. This man has held several ministerial positions. And after all this time, no one can point a finger at Philip J. Pierre and call him corrupt. He deserves a round of applause. He deserves a round of applause.
JP Prime Minister, foute flubbo, flat down. 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 JP Prime Minister, foute flubbo.
You know something? The man comes with experience. He comes with integrity. And he's coming at the right time. You know why he's coming at the right time? Because we have just had the most corrupt government that St. Lucia ever had. The most corrupt government St. Lucia ever had under Alan Shastey. And your representative, our representative, is a part of that corrupt government. So we need to turn the corner. We need to go and remove St. Lucia from the abyss. Set Licia dans cascou. Ek nou ni pou desana cascoua. Ek po set Licia ek mene mute. And who is better to do that than a man with a clean record? The man has an impeccable record. Nobody can point a finger at this man and say he's corrupt. When Guy Mayers tried it one time, he was taken to court and Mr. Pierre won the case. Okay? So that tells you Mr. Pierre he didn't make a threat. You see, like Guy Joseph, when he's accused of something, he said, oh, the matter is in court. Ask him about the preschool in Sarat and the Pajoa letter and many other things. All they do is threaten to take the matter to court, or they will investigate and nothing happens. This man, the Honorable Philip J. Pierre, our Prime Minister in waiting, come the 27th of July, by the power vested in you, because you will make him Prime Minister. He will not just become Prime Minister, you will make him Prime Minister. And you will make him Prime Minister by voting out Guy Joseph and put it in Joachim Henry. Okay, enough talking. I can't let the Prime Minister in waiting wait for me. So I'm going to introduce Mr. Pierre to the podium to say a few words to you. Welcome, Mr. Pierre.
JP Prime Minister, foutez flabo flat down. Tatate. 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 JP Prime Minister, foutez flabo flat down.
My brothers and my sisters, good night. Hello. Hello. Is Castrine's office ready? I am so happy to be with you tonight. I was at home after a massive motorcade in my constituency. I hear you had a big motorcade too. But I had one vehicle more than you all. But Joachim, my friend, called me and he said to me he has a rally in Castrine's office in cul-de-sac. So I said to him, what rally are you talking about? He says he has so many people at a public meeting here. And you know, I could not miss the opportunity to come and talk to the people of Castrine's office. I could not miss the opportunity because the people of Castrine's office have a special job to do in the next general election. You have a special job to do. Your job is special. Your job is special because you have to put Joachim Henry in the parliament and get rid of what is there now. That is your job. Because any man who will use another man's sorrow, any man who would use another man's sorrow to play politics is not fit to represent you in the House of Parliament. And you see, I will not dignify Guy Joseph to talk about him tonight. Because all of you know everything you have to know about Guy Joseph. You know about the Pajoa letter. You know about all the direct awards. You know that he said, once you're not supporting the UWP, you have to cry. You know all about St. Jude Hospital. You know all about the victimization. You know all about that. So tonight, we're looking into the future, and we're not getting involved in talking about Guy Joseph. Guy Joseph is past tense. Guy Joseph is in the past, and we look into the future, and that future is without Guy Joseph and Alan Shasley. So we're going forward. My brothers and my sisters, I want to say to you that this country is the worst, has the worst economy in the entire Eastern Caribbean because of the United Workers' Party. This country has the most debt. Every young man and woman in St. Lucia right now has more debt ever than any other time in the history of St. Lucia because of the United Workers' Party. This country has more crime, more murders, more crime, anytime, more than any time in the history of St. Lucia because of the United Workers' Party. They promise you all kinds of things. They promise you they will give you jobs. They promise you ching-ching in your pocket. They promise they will remove VAT. They promise jobs for young people. You know, they told you that we are making $6.80 on a fuel of gas, on a gallon of gas. Now gas is more expensive now than it was when the St. Lucia Labour Party was in power. And the one who speaks the most is Guy Joseph. Guy Joseph believes that he can say whatever he wants because he believes he can fool you. And I say to Guy Joseph, this is over. The people of St. Lucia know better, and the people of Southeast Cashews will teach him a lesson. Because he says that nobody can beat him in that constituency. He says he can go wherever he wants, go and bad talk everybody, go and use all the movelang. Anytime Guy Joseph's open his mouth, is filth that comes out there. Bad talk, movelang, mepui, nothing constructive. But tonight, I want to say to the young people of Southeast Cashews, we have a plan for you. Our plan is for the youth economy, for you, the young people. We want you, the young people, to be able to go into business. Businesses that you like. Music, technology, the things that you like. The government of the Labour Party will help you to open up these businesses so you can make a living for yourself and feed your family. So in the first year of the government of the Labour Party, we are going to have a youth economy especially designed for the young people of St. Lucia. So young people, you have something to look up to. You have something to aspire to. So many of you want to go into business. So many of you want to start your own little business, but you can't because you don't have the resources, you don't have the money, you don't have what they call the connections. And under Guy Joseph, to get anything, you must be a member of the United Workers' Party. We are going to stop that. We are going to do it by merit. People who have the talent, young people who have the talent, we are going to give them the opportunity so they can make some money for themselves. That is what the Labour Party is all about. But my sisters and my brothers, this Labour Party believes in education. So we are going to remove the facility fees for all parents starting from this year. So in September, when you vote for Labour, from September, we are going to remove all the facility fees, and the government will pay the school the facility fees so the parents can get a relief on the facility fees. Because We do not think that education must only be for the rich. We don't think education must only be for people if you have a certain surname. We think education must be for everybody. Everybody. Every child in Southeast must be able to get educated, and the Labour Party will make that possible. We are also going to remove CXC fees. We're going to pay your CXC fees for you in English and mathematics. We are going to pay these fees for you because we don't want your parents not to be able to afford, and you cannot do CXC. So our government is going to help you do that, my brothers and sisters. But the biggest problem is with the banana farmers. The United Workers' Party promised you that they would send bananas to France. They would send bananas to Martinique. So you went and you planted bananas. And right now, they have not sent one banana per your regime fig, because Martinique, or not one hand of banana has gone to France. The government of the St. Lucia Labour Party will help the farmers in the time that they suffered during COVID. We are going to help the farmers by making sure all the bananas that they sold, the government will pay them so they can get a little break, because they have suffered too much because of COVID, my brothers and sisters. So we are going to see about our banana farmers, but we're also going to see about agriculture, a serious agriculture, an agriculture that young people can get involved in. We are going to assist farmers. We are going to assist young people who like agriculture through our youth economy. We are going to assist young people to go into agriculture to produce what they want to produce so they can earn a living for themselves. But my brothers and my sisters, we know that you in Castries Southeast, you have suffered under COVID. The government did not create COVID, but the government did not manage COVID properly. But we are going to ensure that those of you who suffered under COVID, the government will give you a little soulagement. Not bluff you because election is coming. Election is coming. So they will give you all kind of bluff. This week is bluffing month. But as the calypso, as the music says, point l'argent yoek, point l'argent yoek, point l'argent yoek, point l'argent yoek. Because this week is money time. They will come with all kind of $200 in t-shirt, all kind of bluff. You suffered during COVID. Guy Joseph said, you think the IMF will give you money to give people? But now, election is coming now, so they're going to think they can buy you. You are not to be bought. You are not a commodity. You are, exactly. He said, is that you crying for? You have more crying to do. Right now, I want you to make him cry on the 26th of July in the ballot box. It is your turn to make him cry. Your turn to make him cry on the 26th of July. So don't be afraid. If they give you money, take it. If they give you galvanized, take it. If they give you plywood, take it. If they give you ready mix, take it. But when you go to vote, vote them out. Because they make you suffer enough for the 5 years. You must pay a sou. They took advantage on you. They victimized you. If you did not support the United Workers' Party, you could not get a job. Yes, my brother. So, my brothers and sisters, I want you to support Joachim Henry. Any man who went through what Joachim Henry has gone through, he deserves your support. Joachim Henry understands you. Joachim Henry has a love to do things for people. Joachim understands people. I want you to support Joachim. I have a lot of confidence in Joachim. That is why I put Joachim in the Senate to serve the people of Southeast Castries. And I want to tell you, there is no man who loves his constituency more than Joachim Henry. Joachim Henry will do good for you. Joachim Henry will fight for you. Joachim Henry will see that what you need in the constituency, you get it under a government of the St. Lucia Labour Party. So I offer Joachim Henry to you. I offer Joachim Henry to you as your next parliamentary representative. You are going to be well pleased with Joachim. Joachim is not a fellow who talks. Joachim doesn't threaten people. Joachim pan yon mauvais lang, ka just depuis ouvert bouche li, c'est mépris ka bay moun. Joachim is a constructive man. That's how we Joachim is a man that will see about your needs. Joachim will put people first. So my brothers, you'll see me again, and my sisters. This week is a very exciting week. Do not let them bluff you. Do not let them buy you with the money. Now before I end, there is something I do in my constituency. You know, these days, you have to stay fit, all right? Listen. You have to stay fit these days. So I want the DJ to play me, take the money and vote them out. And then I want you to just follow me, all right? Just follow me. Because we have to be fit for this election. You ready? You ready, Mr. DJ? Let's go. Roll it. Let go.
Depuis yo watwe, moun pop ka plewe, election rive, pou vote yo ka peye, mwen do. Fama ka plewe, pi yo ka jete, we vende espache, moun pa ka achete, we gas ka mute, vat poko siwe.
My sisters and my brothers, good night. Remember, on the 26th of July, vote Joachim Henry and vote for the St. Lucia Labour Party. Good night.
We and somebody vote Mr. There for me. St. Lucia vote Mr. There for me. Vote Mr. There for me. Shasney mad. He mad. Somebody vote Mr. There for me. St. Lucia vote Mr. There for me. Well, yo. Somebody vote Mr. There for me. St. Lucia vote Mr. There for me. Vote Mr. There for me. Shasney mad. He mad. Somebody vote Mr. There for me. St. Lucia vote Mr. There for me. Vote Mr. There for me. He mad. We a need a change. We bought the flabo train. But when we check it out, Shasney just playing games. He's got that other guy playing in his brain. They going wrong the world.
Here we go. Raise the red flags, missing. Here we go. Here we go. See, alright, qua, boom. You see when Joachim coming down, make we let him pass. Mobby's price that in his class. This year Labour Party come to move the web, say spider, no clock. Bounty Germans pass. Red flags we waving that. Just S17 not and then you check it for long back.
I'm sure you're happy to have heard from Honorable Philip J. Pierre. A round of applause for our next Prime Minister. A round of applause for our next Prime Minister. And finally, our candidate and the next representative for Castries Southeast. I was about to say the Honorable Joachim Henry. I'm ahead of myself, eh? I'm ahead of myself. But let's welcome to the podium your next representative, and a representative who will not be like this current representative. So welcome to the podium, Mr. Joachim Henry.
Mama Labour, boom, we vote in Labour this year. There we go. Raise the red flags, missing. There we go. There we go. See, alright, qua, boom. You see when Joachim coming down. Boom. You see when Joachim coming down, make we let him pass. Mobby's price that in his class. This year Labour Party come to move the web, say spider, no clock. Bounty Germans pass. Red flags we waving that. Just S17 not and then you check it for long back.
Good night, cul-de-sac. Good night, Castries Southeast. Good night, labor rights. There are many communities in Castries Southeast. There are about 42 communities in Castries Southeast. Let me tell you, cul-de-sac is special. It is a special place for me. Let me tell you a secret. And I didn't say it to my wife, but when my son died, I came and I sat by the field alone for a long time by myself. Cul-de-sac is like a sanctuary. When you enter cul-de-sac, you are locked in. But the people of cul-de-sac are loving people. I am happy to be in cul-de-sac tonight, and I am happy that Castries Southeast masses are here. But let me take time to thank our political leader, next Prime Minister of St. Lucia, Philip J. Pierre, who graced us with his presence. Let us also thank our former parliamentary representative, Menisa Rambali. Put your hands together for her. She has been a guiding light to me. And wherever I am, she always calls and speaks to me. I want to say thank to my daughter, Jenemy, who was here earlier on. And also want to thank Miss Mary Polius, a former person in politics. She too has been with us, guiding me and telling me what to do that is right. But most of all, I want to thank every one of you who are here tonight. Every one of you who are here tonight will vote. Are you hearing me? Every one of you here tonight will vote for Joachim Henry. And after you vote for Joachim Henry, guess what? You are my boss. And I will be working for each one of you. There's something that must change in politics. And I am here to bring about that change. I cannot change everybody. I cannot change anyone. But I can be the change that I want to see. And I'm telling you tonight that after you vote in Castries Southeast, you will be the boss. Because in Castries Southeast, people are afraid. People are afraid to tell Guy Joseph what he's doing is wrong, even if they know that. People are afraid to even wear something red because they are afraid of Guy Joseph. But I will tell you, for so many of you tonight that put on your red t-shirt to show Guy you are not afraid of him, I will never forget you. For those of you who walk in the rain, who walk in the sunshine, who walk this afternoon as we pass through the various communities of Castries Southeast, you are a hero. And you are standing to tell Guy Joseph you want something different. My friends, my daughter may have spoken about me, but there are some things I want you to understand about who Joachim is. There are wonderful people in our constituency. Some of them are UWPs. Some of them are SLPs. Some of them do not even have a party, but they are wonderful people. And I want you to understand that tonight, I am not coming into Castries Southeast to divide the people. I am not coming into Castries Southeast to hurt UWPs because they didn't vote. I want you to understand me. I am not Guy Joseph. And I want you to follow me. I come here to serve every one of you. And I will tell you there are some people who will not vote, but we have to serve them too. I don't want you to get it twisted. This thing is not about red and yellow. it is about St. Lucia. I know you are labor and you're supporting me. And I love you for that. But you are the means that we will take to get things right. Not for us to do something on the other side. If I come here and only serve SLPs, I will be another guy, Joseph. I come here to serve all those who need to be served. We labor people we care about our entire community. We are not in power to give contracts to some people and leave some without. We are not here to give food to those who vote for SLP and leave those without. There are about 85 households in cul-de-sac, maybe 285. If after disaster the Prime Minister doesn't give me food for the entire community, I will not come and distribute until I get all. I am not coming to serve some, I am coming to serve all. Let me tell you, my friends, we need to understand what this thing is about. Because where we are today, it's not in a good place. I can tell you, in cul-de-sac, and maybe she's listening, Terana is not living far from us. Terana is not far from us. She's living somewhere at the back there. When I visited her home, I do not know whether she votes, but she could not sleep on the bed because the roof was leaking. And she sat on a chair for how many nights? Smoking to get herself irie. Because the bed was always wet. The roof was leaking in a 12 by 9 house. I could not bear that pain. She is 80-something years old or maybe 90. How could you, a community, support a political leader and you do not find it within yourself to tell the one who is your political leader that there is a granny at the back there who is suffering? How could you support someone and be close to him and not tell him that she may have not slept for how many days except sitting on a chair? When I saw the situation, I had to call all my friends and thank God the wonderful people of cul-de-sac. We came together, had a kudme to give Terana a place to rest. Let me tell you, my friends, in Castries Southeast, do not just jump up and be happy. There are many senior people in Castries Southeast who are suffering. There are many people who have bad homes in Castries Southeast. There are many people in Castries Southeast who do not have a pit latrine. And if they have a pit latrine, it is not convenient enough. My friends, I did not come into politics to build roads because roads are necessary. I came here to be different and to address you where Guy is ignoring you. I came here in politics to help those who are poor. I came here to ensure that our children get a better chance. I came into politics because the wealthy people up the way in Cap Estate couldn't be bothered with you. Because when the budget is pronounced $1.6 billion every year, you do not get a cent. And Guy Joseph, after 5 years, every year the budget was 1-point-something billion EC dollars. For 5 years, he may have ruled over $7.5 billion, will not come to you and tell you what amount was allocated for Castries Southeast and what amount was spent in cul-de-sac. Instead, he spends more time speaking about me. He said, I have malediction because I went to slap a pastor in a church. My friends, that's a lie. That's a lie. But I will tell you, any one of you who has a child that you love, and anybody, whether it's at school, at church, or at play, try to hurt your child, you will stand for your child. I am proud for standing for my son. I will stand every day for my son. And Guy Joseph doesn't know what it is to stand for a child that came out of your loins. And I tell you tonight, I make no apologies for standing for my child. Because with the same passion and strength, I will stand for you. I will stand for you on the block. Because I know the policemen sometimes, they come to shoot. They don't come to talk. You are hustling because you're trying to make ends meet. And guess what? Some of them come with their gun and they're ready to draw. I will stand for you. Guy says he doesn't speak to ex-convict. I speak with ex-convict because I almost became an ex-convict, my wife and I, because Guy believed because I stand to him, he will use the power of the state to arrest me. But guess what? Guess what? Guess what, my friends? Like I told a good friend of mine, you ought to vote because you need to understand what's happening in St. Lucia. I told a friend, it is more dangerous when a politician is wicked and have access to the power of the state than a man who is sitting on the block with an illegal weapon. He can do more damage. I do not intend to use the power of the state to bring hurt upon you, the citizens of St. Lucia. My hope and prayer is to defend you, to protect you, and to use the resources of the state to provide for you. It is your monies. And you may ask tonight, my friends, Cul-de-sac will ask tonight, Joachim Henry, will you have time for us? I say yes. I will have time for you. Because there are some things I will not do in politics. I will not be in politics running a business undercover, and instead of thinking of your welfare, I am thinking of how to bring monies into my own business. I will have time for you because if I'm your parliamentary representative, I will accept that as my first job. If the political leader puts me in his cabinet, I have a second job. If you have two jobs when you're in government, you have no time to run business. So tell Guy Joseph, he should stop running business while he's supposed to be serving you. He should stop being a millionaire and make you the millionaire because you did not put him in power to become a millionaire. You put him in power so that you can become the millionaires. My friends, you need to be wise in this politics. You need to be wise. Stop just voting, but be wise. I am not boasting of who I am. I am guided by passion and by love for people. I spent 25 years in government serving people. Guys spent 15 years being in politics. And sometimes people have to remind me that politics is different to serving. And like my daughter said, Guy wants to be in power, but I want to be in service. Power is for the people, service is for the employee. You are the boss, you are in power. And if you lift me up and I touch the high tension power and I'm holding your hands, you ought to feel the electricity and die before me. So if you lift me up and I am touching $1.6 billion every year, you're supposed to feel it and your life's supposed to be transformed. Let me tell you, the only time the people of St. Lucia stop receiving the support of the parliamentary representative is when they give up on you and they start seeing about themselves. So if you lift me up and I'm holding the electrical wire and I'm holding you, electricity will pass from me to you. So how comes if I am in power and every year the budget is $1.6 billion that you two not feeling something? Why? He has ignored you. He finished with you. At this time, he's coming. He's coming for you. Why? Because he feels that he can buy you. And there's a friend here tonight who told me some years ago that Guy told him, election is easy because the boys on the block, you just have to drop a money on election day and you can buy their votes. This is what he thinks of you. He does not value you. My friends, not because you on the block, you have no value. You have potential in you to become what you want to be, but you need help. You have potential to become something different, but you want somebody that care. You have potential to climb ladders, but you want somebody who is prepared to take risk with you. Let me tell you, look at cul-de-sac. Look at cul-de-sac. Cul-de-sac is a beautiful place, a beautiful community. But what has happened? He has abandoned cul-de-sac. He couldn't be bothered with cul-de-sac. And can't you believe it? There are still people in cul-de-sac that will vote for Guy? Why? Why would you do that? A community center that needs fixing, it did not fix, but he going to be $8 million for one in Bexar. What's wrong with cul-de-sac that Guy Joseph could not fix the one down the road? What have you done to Guy Joseph that he could not fix the drains at the entrance? Sometimes I come into cul-de-sac and I look at the drains and I can see rice from the kitchen stuck in the drain and it wouldn't even go down. Why wouldn't he fix the sewer system? Wasco is prepared to fix it. The money is not coming from out of his pocket. Why wouldn't Guy fix it? Why wouldn't Guy fix the drain on the side there, on the eastern side of cul-de-sac? One of these days, when that drain comes on under storm, many homes will be flooded. Why? Guess what? Because he doesn't need your vote. He says he just needs 1 or 2 votes in cul-de-sac and he will win the election. He gets his vote from the other communities. So he leaves cul-de-sac behind. It hurts me that 1 or 2 people in cul-de-sac will go about looking for votes for Guy from cul-de-sac. Why? Can you not see that? I am telling you. I went and I got nominated with my family and wonderful supporters from Castries Southeast. Castries Southeast have a lot of love. Castries Southeast people are ready. You need a leader who is prepared to work with you. I am not making promises out of this world, but I will tell you, if there is, and I think my political leader has left, but I asked him when we were having lunch, Prime Minister, how much money after election every year I will get for cul-de-sac and the poor communities? He said $1 million. I said, Mr. Pierre, that's not enough. He said, Bon Dieu, Joachim, you come to kill me. I said, no, I need more money. But if he gives me $1 million every year for you, I will not go and give contract to anybody. I will come to you and tell you the Taiwanese has given $1 million to be spent in cul-de-sac. What are your ideas? Because you are the boss. No politician should spend money in any community without consultation with the people. The money is not his. The money is not mine. The only money that's mine is what's in my pocket, the salary that you give to me, whether it is $14,000. And it is a good enough salary that I should not have to take from the $1 million from myself. And that is why I am asking you to vote. Not just vote to bring in Labour Party, but vote so you take responsibility for the first time for the resources that are yours, so that you could participate in decision making that will transform your lives and your children. So after elections, if I have $1 million and we convene a meeting and most persons say, let us give the children school books this year, we're not building no drain. Well, it's school books we'll give our children. And let me tell you, my friends, any plan towards our children in Castries Southeast, I will embrace it. Because they are the future. My daughter told you that I shared with them. It was on the Bexar Road, somewhere by round the bend. I was driving, and I saw a mother hen chasing a mongoose for her chicks, and a vehicle killed the mother hen, and all the little chicks stayed on the other side of the road, and the mongoose took one. And I said, guess what? God made the mother hen with instinct to protect her chicks, but God made us with the ability to make decisions. We have to make that choice. So when it comes to caring for our children, we need to make a decision. And sometimes the decision is hard, but you have to make a decision. I have said, if I have to lose my life to stand for my children, that I will do. Because God tell me it is the decision you make. That's why you are not animals. That's why you are human beings. So sometimes you take the easy way out. Decisions are not always easy, especially when you have to give up your life for what is right. But I'm telling you, tonight, Castries Southeast, don't be afraid. I am not afraid of going to prison for what is right. I am not afraid to lose my life for my children. I will do it 1,000 times. But I'll tell you tonight, in this election, let us move away from the politics of color. It is not red or yellow. It is between right and wrong. Guy is wrong. Joachim Henry is right. That's how I see it. I know these are some hard decisions to make. But I big up every mother, every child, every parent here tonight. Like I told a friend tonight, I know what it is to grow up in a house when you have to leave nighttime and go into a pit latrine. I lived that life. I know what it is for my mother to go by the market to buy a bag of coals to do retail. And I had to go with and carry it on my head from Masha to Black Malay. I have lived that life. And when the money was not enough and my mother had to go and take dirty clothes from somebody's home to bring home to wash, I was the only boy in the family. I had to go and carry it. And when you carry dirty clothes in a blanket wrap and it starts to unwrap on your head, the smell of the dirty clothes come on your nose. I know hard life. So let me tell you, I know the lives of struggling people. And this is why I am in politics. I am not interested in roads and buildings, except if it's a residential building for your family. I am not interested in some of the things. It is necessary and we must do it. The only time representation is important, the only time representation will mean something for you is when your situation is being affected. It is when you are receiving support from the government. It is when your children can go to school a lot easier. It is when you are receiving support for your house to retrofit, because I believe your homes are not strong enough to withstand a Category 5 hurricane. These are the issues that I stand for. I stand for people. And finally, as I share with you, I am not in politics to divide you. I am in politics to unite you. We need to unite ourselves. We need to come together. So don't expect me, my brothers and sisters, to come here and play flub one labor thing in Cul-de-sac. Cul-de-sac is one loving community, both from Flabo and Labour. So I tell you tonight, St. Lucia must get together. All of us are one. And if there's one parliamentarian that will bring healing to our communities in Castries Southeast, I say Joachim Henry. Because united we stand, but divided we fall. The people who are against us, the people who do not want to see us succeed, some of them are not in yellow or red. They are people that only want for themselves and they do not want us to achieve. So I'll tell you, I am wise enough to know who are the enemies of poor people. They are not flabos. They are not SLPs. They are people who are greedy. The more they get, the more they want. They get contract upon contract. They want more. Their homes are better than yours, but they are the ones crying first. And that is why I thank those persons who came to me in cul-de-sac. And while their situation wasn't what it's supposed to be, they told me, Joachim, there's a lady behind there named Terona. You may want to visit her. That's the people I love. And there's so many of you in Castries Southeast. The persons who took me to a home in Bexar to see a man climbing into his house with a walking stick on a ladder to get into his old shack. I have seen suffering in Castries Southeast. And after 15 years, Guy Joseph, and these are not things that are hidden. Say, Baba Guy Kika say we are the two pass away. Right to our faces. He did not address it. Monsieur Pamela. So I'll tell you tonight as I close. If you're voting for a leader, if you care about which man should be the father of your child, if you're looking for a husband, do not look for a man with degrees. Look for somebody that cares. The person can have all the qualification and money they have. If they do not care, they'll do nothing. If you're looking for a political leader, look for somebody who cares. Do not look for somebody with money. Jean wish paka baila you. So I want to thank you tonight. Vote for Joachim Henry. Vote for one who cares. Vote for a better cul-de-sac. Vote for one who cheers on the youth. Vote for a better tomorrow. Vote on the 26th of July. We will overcome Guy Joseph and Chasney, and better will be ours. Thank you. Have a good night. See you on the campaign trail as we move on the week ahead. Love you. God loves you best.
Check. 1, 2. Everybody from Kalisa, big up Joachim in the building, everything nice round here. Let me take the party to a different level. Somebody put up your rag, put up your flag, put up your rag, put up your flag. Oh my God, shine on the place. 1, 2, 3, let's go. Somebody! Somebody! When you roll with a roll alone. Joachim! From a chopping them together, whipping them together. We have about 2 minutes still. Hold on. You mash it up. We got about 2 minutes. You can't give us 2 minutes. You can't give 1 minute. You can't give half an hour. All right. But I can say good night. Let me say good night to you and all of us in the place. Big up to all the people in here. Somebody put up your rag, put up your flag, put up your rag, put up your flag, put up your rag, put up your flag, put up your rag, put up your flag. Joachim, put up your rag, put up your flag, put up your rag, put up your flag, put up your rag now, put up your flag now, put up your rag now, put up your flag now. Anybody from Bexo, big up yourself. Anybody from Sawat in the house? Anybody from Kalisak in the house? Anybody from Lakwa in the house? Everybody! They say we can't play no music again. I never see something like that. What's the time? I watching you. I want to whine on you, my girl. Good night. They say we have to shut the music, boy. I never see something like that.
Let us abide by the rules and regulations. We have to go. We have to go. They said it, we have to go. God is in control. We're done, people. Good night, everybody. Thanks for coming once and for all. Thanks for coming. Thanks for supporting Joachim Henry. Thanks for supporting the St. Lucia Labour Party. Good night, everybody. But remember, Sipani Sutuwes. Sipani Sutuwes. Good night.